to another Sasha Day Game podcast. This is the hustling podcast because, I don't know, it seems the more and more we sort of roll along doing our thing, more and more dudes are like, I want to quit my day job, I want to fucking travel the world, I want to, hook up with lots of chicks, I don't want to work some fucking 9-to-5 slavery bullshit. And I think more and more people are waking up to the fact that the system is kind of set up for you to be a bitch and make someone else money. So yeah, just more and more people are waking up to that reality. There's so many resources on the internet these days, 5 years ago, not even close, but now everywhere you look, there's guys like, here's how you do marketing, here's how you get traffic, here's how you do landing pages, here's how you make money, here's how there was always motivational shit right now, but I think in the last 5 years we've had this huge emergence of actual entrepreneurship. Like, it seems every motherfucker you talk to is starting a business now, which is, and I think that's a good thing, because ultimately if you can get a job doing what you love and doing your own thing and make as much or more money than you were in a normal job and you have your freedom, that's fucking awesome. Even if you're not getting rich, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're just doing your own shit, that's fucking awesome. So yeah, this is just going to be the hustling podcast, and we got and as you know, obviously, I'm a bit of a hustler myself. I never had a real job. For those that don't know, I came into a little bit of money when I was younger, but then of course I blew that pretty quickly, so I still had to be independent. So I started doing comedy when I was 18. By the time I was 24, I was a professional comedian. And around 2005, I still wasn't making much money in comedy, so I started playing poker. I got good at poker. I was winning tournaments, so I was hustling poker and comedy, and then eventually I started, getting good with the chicks, and I started hustling for boot camp money and started teaching guys boot camp. So pretty much the whole time, I've been doing my own shit: comedy, poker, and pickup. That's pretty much all I've ever done. I never had a boss. I had I literally had maybe 2 jobs ever. One lasted 2 weeks, me doing internet technical support back in 1998 and shit for Netcom Canada. This is back when if you had a 28.8, you were fucking killing it, bro. It was awesome. So 2 weeks, and then I just mouthed off to someone, lost my job, and I got a job as a security guard once. I lasted 1 fucking day, literally 1 day, and they're like, yeah, this isn't for you, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, this ain't for me. That's pretty much it. I never worked for anybody, and I never will. So let's have a podcast talking about how to be a fucking hustler. We got some fucking awesome special guests in the studio right now.
What's happening, motherfuckers?
Right. We got Carlos and Mike. We're in Jacksonville, Florida. These guys are only a quarter redneck, I'd say. They're not that rednecky. Maybe Mike a little bit more. But these guys are awesome. Basically, I got an email from Carlos being like, yo, dude, I watched your shit. It's awesome. It's helped change my life. I guess we'll hear from him on that. But basically, he's like, come down to Jacksonville. I got a gym over here. You can do some MMA training, and I'm all up for that. So I came down here, and it was so weird because I come in the door and I just see these 2 fucking guys just hustling like motherfuckers. I had no idea these guys were doing this shit. We're coming in here, they literally got I don't know how many businesses going. They'll just get a fucking idea. Next thing you know, they're like, all right, we're gonna hire this guy to do fucking the landing page, and then
fire this person.
Yeah,
where's my
literally,
shit?
I'm coming here. It's like it's
5 minutes late.
It's like the SEO of Google. They're just running shit out of their fucking apartment here, out of their house. So it's ridiculous. So yeah, why don't you tell me about you and what the fuck you're up to, and kind of how you went from being a normal Floridian dude to fuck the day job shit. Let's do our own biz.
Well, shit. When I graduated fucking school, I had a month left to graduate, and I was going to university. And even the entire time through university, I hated college. I was the whole time thinking, I feel like I'm being programmed to be somebody's bitch. I don't like the whole thing of it. And it was so funny because I ended up hiring people on Odesk and all these little freelancer websites. This might get me in trouble, but I was hiring people to go ahead and do my research papers, and then I would modify it. So I was always trying to outsource my shit and focus and have enough time to live my own lifestyle. Well, I had gotten a phone call from a good friend of mine who had just moved up to Jacksonville, and in about 10 minutes, he had basically just told me, hey, I'm opening up a gym. I've been doing martial arts for over a decade, so he was like, I'll give you a stake in the business if you come up. So about 10 minutes, I made the decision. I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm graduating in a month. I'll be up there in a month and a day. So I moved up, had no money, had no job. I actually had turned down a job that at the time I felt it was going to be a lot. I was going to be starting out at $60,000. So to me, that was like, oh my God, that's a lot of money straight out of college, So I turned that down. Ended up having that first gym. It was really awesome. It was a crazy experience. I actually ended up being broke the entire time because I was building it up. Me and he's still a current partner with me with my new gym. Well, we had kind of gotten screwed over in one of the business deals. Built that gym up to $10,000, $11,000 a month and got fucked 2 days before Christmas. And had to go and just go back to Miami with our heads high without telling anybody what the fuck was going on. That was the most gut-wrenching experience ever. And then a week after that, we said, well, fuck it. We still have a website, so we can just build a new website and start driving traffic. And while we start driving traffic, we'll start building the gym. And so we got a buddy, another friend of ours who's an investor, build that gym up. And I was like, well, shit, I'm never going to rely on one income again. So started putting up a bunch of websites and, you know, I don't know. It just fucking exploded. That one failure just would never, I don't know.
Well, that seems to be a recurring theme. Like, you got to have a big fucking failure.
Yeah.
You know, at some point, and you know what I mean? Because that's really what separates you from the fucking, the boys from the men. Being able to fucking get absolutely fucked and be like, I don't care.
Yeah, well, when you get, you put all your energy into something, you build it up to where you're finally about to start making. You're like that borderline, like, oh shit, all my work is paying off. And now you're about to buy people gifts and all this shit. Your birthday's a month later. You're thinking all this shit you're going to do, and bam, you're done. Fucked. Everything's done. You know, and then after that, I had to do two decisions. I was like, what am I going to do? Am I going to go move with my parents again in Miami? I don't know what I'm going to do in the next month or two for rent. What am I going to do? So I was like, fuck it. Let's do it, you know. And my partner, who's still my business partner at in my new gym, is the same way. So we fucking just hustled it.
Okay. So that's awesome. So other than that, though, so I came in here the other day, and again, I just thought you were this dude who's going to have a gym, and you get all kinds of fucking crazy shit going on.
There's so much shit, it's even hard to pinpoint what to talk about. We have like 30, 40 fucking websites, you know, and we just said, fuck it, let's 10x
you got literally 30 plus websites.
Yeah,
right
we have a goal. Mike's got it. I mean, it was his strategy because I'm really good at just kind of like doing shit. He's really good at doing the same thing, but organizing it all.
Right.
We have a goal of doing two different websites every week, whether we build it and the profit's all ours, or we invest in somebody who is like a fitness trainer and wants to build an online fitness website. We say, well, we'll build your website, we'll build your SEO, and give us a stake of your business.
So you went from 0 websites to 30 in how long?
9 months.
9 months. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. So what it looks like to me is that you're really following that strategy of just like, instead of like thinking about it, just fucking do it. Like, don't try and get it perfect. Yeah. Just fucking crank shit out and make it happen.
Yeah, details screw you up, man. Details fuck you up because if you start focusing on the details, as soon as you have an idea, you're gonna just slow yourself down. Just think of the big picture. Man, I wish I could have my lawn care service like fucking a cool website and get a ton of people to it. I don't know what I'm going to write, though. Well, it doesn't matter. Hire somebody, get your website up, get SEO going to it, and you're just going to figure it out. You know, those are good problems to have. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the biggest problems entrepreneurs have, is that they have some idea, and then they're just thinking about it for months and how they're going to do it. Just fucking get it up. Yeah. Like, literally, just fucking get it up and get it going and then see what happens.
It's the same, like, pickup. As soon as you need, like, fucking 3 seconds or some shit before you bitch out. You know, we had a game when I was trying to learn it. We were trying to approach. As soon as we started like trying to figure out how to pick up girls, we had a game of we have to approach 20 girls a day and we have to close them. Meaning we have to ask for their number. So I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like hi, you're hot. Fuck, what's your number? You know, say something. You gotta at least ask for it. And that, I mean, just doing those types of actions is just fucking.
Yeah, that's the big learning from the mistakes that you do.
You just take action on it. Taking action on it. Fucking motion beats meditation. If you sit there and meditate on everything, that's great, but you're not going to fucking, in my experience, get anything done. So if you just start getting going, that's the fucking key. Once you get going, it's starting to happen already.
That's it, though, and that's why it kind of frustrates me in pickup when guys are like, you know, so many guys are just out there just watching videos and they're reading books and all this shit. Get out of your fucking house and talk to chicks. If you go out there and talk to 50 chicks a day for like a month or two, you're going to get some shit happening for sure. Even if just by fucking fluke, some horny chick's going to be like, oh, let's go fuck. And then you'll have some sex and you'll learn some shit and you'll be like, and you'll figure out what works and what doesn't work. So so people always ask me for the secret. Get your ass out of the fucking house.
It's the same shit. That's the same thing. Yeah, same way with calls. It's the same way. The way I looked at it, actually, I had started saying, when I first started this pickup things, because I was in a long relationship, I got out of it, and I was like, what the fuck am I going to do? I don't know how to talk to girls and shit.
Oh, yeah, make sure to let people know, sir, because I think it's very interesting, because the reason I came here is from your email, which is like, you watch my videos and shit, so let people know sort of how you found me and kind of
how okay. Well, yeah, well, the way I kind of stumbled upon Sasha is just... you know, I was in an almost 7-year relationship. We had broken up. It was like, oh my God. It was like one of those big moments in my life. I was like, I got to do something. And then that was coincidentally when Vic called and I made that big decision. I was like, fuck it. Let's go. Let's do shit, you know? And I was like, well, how do I meet people? I don't even know how to flirt with girls. I was like trained to not look at people, you know? So I was like, I don't even know what to do. And so I just started looking up on YouTube how to pick up girls, day game, because I was like, I don't like drinking, I don't like fucking partying, so I'm not going to go to a bar and pick up drunk chicks. It's not my thing. So how do I just talk to girls in the daytime? It's just fun to found Sasha Day Game shit. And I actually signed up to your website, and at the time, I don't know if you still have it, but I stumbled onto your website. I got into your email newsletter, and you had a bunch of exercises that you told people to do. It was, I forget, like 6 or 8 exercises, like go into a business and ask how much for the business, you know, and try and buy some ridiculous shit, right? And I was doing it, but I was trying to like do like that times like 100, because I was thinking for martial art, I'm like, if I do, you know, people train martial art and they say, I've been training for 10 years, but how many reps have you done in that 10 years? Have you done 2 reps a year, or have you done 10,000 reps in that year? So if you can squeeze in, apparently, I don't know what the status is, 10,000 hours or 10,000 reps. Martial art, we always say 10,000 reps of anything is what will get you fucking really damn close to perfect. So I was like, well, how quick can I get 10,000 reps of just approaching girls? I don't have to have sex with 10,000 girls. I just need to get over the, can I get your number? So I just broke it down, 20 girls a day, and then that was just going to build up. If I could do 20 girls a day, just say hi, what's your shit? You know, and that's kind of what that happened. I mean, the Sasha Day Game shit just kind of let me know it was possible to go up to girls and act like an idiot and still get their number.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, that's fucking huge. So again, the doing. It's all about the fucking...
take massive action.
It's all about the doing. Well, that's cool. So what other sort of like hustling principles? I guess we should. It's a hustling podcast.
Hustling podcast. What are the principles
share
of it?
Some hustling principles. I think being another one that links up with pickup, I guess, is just be fucking shameless, right? Because like when you're hitting that phone, you're just calling people to sell. You have absolutely no shame. What you do not give a fuck if they hang up. You don't give a fuck.
No, I don't care. I mean, I even tell some of the people we train on our new calls. We have a buddy of mine, Nino. He's I think like 18 or 19 years old now. He'll be excited he's on this podcast. Fucking, I even tell him, your first 20 calls, because he's getting into the sales call thing, I was like, I don't care if you say, bye. I don't care. Just get through the first 20 calls, because you need the experience. You need the reference point. If you don't have a reference point, you're just kind of going on theory. Oh, shit. And if you go on theory, you're not going to fucking have anything. You have to just take action. And, you know, it's just, that's the main hustling thing is just you have to take action. As soon as you get an idea, as soon as you... Some people, when they get a business idea, they'll go ahead and write it down on a piece of paper. But a step above writing it down on a piece of paper that you'll lose or throw away a week down the line is hiring somebody immediately. Have some people on your fucking roll call that are for web design, search engine shit, whatever it is you need done, right? And just as soon as you have an idea, automatically send them an email, send them a Skype message, and just have it working. Have it working. You'll figure out the costs later. You'll figure out all the details after, but just have it being made.
Yeah, obviously not if it's going to cost you like $5,000.
Yeah, well, at that point,
just whip it out cheap and just see what happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think there's something really powerful to that because you know most marketers will say that you got to go out there and you got to do all your research and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
There's something to that.
Yeah.
But hey, if you can get a website up and running for like $80, get it fucking up.
Yeah, I mean, get yourself some ridiculous standards. A lot of people have their timelines all whacked out based on normal people. If you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to fucking make any real money, you have to take a ridiculous amount of action. You're not going to get it by doing the same amount of action you did when you were working a 9 to 5. So if you're thinking it's going to take you, you know, a month to get a website up, it's crazy. You can get a website up in 3 to 5 days. So that's done. That's not an issue anymore. You can take a whole month of work off your checklist. And it's just trying to put these ridiculous timelines on yourself that you have to just meet, you know, because if you really want this shit done, you will meet a month's work of deadlines in a day. I just promise you. You just get it.
Yeah. Dude, that's really fucking huge. It's like even with me, like, you know, because I have my lifestyle set up where, you know, I've got the business and shit, so I'm training people some of the time. The rest of the time, I can pretty much slack off. I got people running a lot of the stuff. So, but I find I'm super efficient when I literally just say to myself, all right, I got to get this fucking ebook done by this day, or I'm going to do this article by 3 o'clock today.
Right.
Then I'm just like, if I decide I'm sending out this newsletter today and it's this whole fucking new article I have,
right.
I will fucking sit there and crank that motherfucker out. It may not be perfect. You know, maybe 100%, but it will be pretty good.
Yeah.
And it'll be done in a fucking day. You know, and it's crazy. And I think if you just focus on putting absolutely, just make fucking deadlines for shit and then do them.
And it's even above that. I mean, I forget who it was. Maybe it's Grant Cardone. I don't know who it was, but I got something that stuck with me. That there's 4 levels of action, and there's maximum action. I guess would be at the highest level, right? You have a ton of action, doing 10 times the amount of everything, 100 times the amount of everything. You have moderate action, where you've kind of just built it up and now you're stable. You have low action, where you're not doing much. You're kind of doing the 9 to 5 type thing. And then you just have no action. You have the idea. You wrote it down. You haven't done shit. The most dangerous one of those is
Moderate,
really the moderate action because you got fucking comfortable. The low and the no action are still in that hungry mode, and the one operating and the only fucking level you should really be operating at is the one at the top where it's maximum action, and that's the only way you're really gonna make it. If you can't fluctuate, you just have to make that decision.
And this is something I noticed. I'd rather have an hour of work on the computer in a day where it's maximum action, than have 8 hours of like checking my emails. Oh, what's that YouTube clip? Okay, I'll just watch it for a second. You know, then it's fucking bullshit. So it's literally what I'll do is I try and I know you do the same thing. You try and get all your work done by noon. So even if you work your ass off like 100%. From 10 to noon, even 2 hours of solid work, and then you've done your work, then you can fucking slack off. But then you might be like, fucking, I'm going to work more. That's fine. But just have that's why it's so good to have a habit of just get some shit done in the morning at that efficiency.
It's like working out and dieting. I mean, did you earn your carbs and shit? You know, did you really earn your vacation? No. I mean, if you work, it's not amount of time. Like, it's not amount... You can't say, I worked for 8 hours, but like 6 of those hours were you browsing other websites and checking your email and fucking flirting with somebody online or going on. That's not real work. If you work solid, like Sasha's saying, like 2 hours, 3 hours, you could deserve another, 27 hours of just vacation. You don't need to do anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's super important. So efficient. That's why they even have these little apps where they turn off your internet and all these other shit in your computer, and you can literally only use like one program. So you can set an alarm, and for the next hour you can't.
Well, that's what I need for my Xbox.
Awesome.
That's what I need for this fucking Grand Theft Auto.
Nothing for the next 2 weeks.
Jesus, Grand Theft Auto has hijacked my brain for like at least an hour a day. It's so bad. I need to throw that game out.
Yeah, video games are they're basically crack cocaine.
It really
is. So it's like movies or YouTube or anything. It's just like you got to have. That's the thing. That's why if you have that rule where you just get it done by noon, if you really got shit done by noon, fuck it. You know, enjoy life. You're supposed to enjoy life, but you got to get your shit done.
Yeah, and you can't be reacting to shit. You have to kind of, I guess, define what work means in your mind. I think when I put out fires, like right now, I have no battery for my computer, so I'm relying on Mike's computer or my girlfriend Tiffany's computer or somebody's computer. I'm always just messing around trying to find everybody's computer, but that's not really work. I can't excuse me looking for a computer as work. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't earned me my vacation time. I still haven't done shit. So whenever fires come up, like you need to process a refund or do some nonsense, that's not real work. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be productive, future forward thinking work.
Here's an interesting question, because a lot of entrepreneurs will say, and this is something I just noticed just in my life that happens to be true for me. You can only really put all your energy into one major project. You see what I'm saying? Like if you try multitasking and doing all these different things, none of them get enough energy and they all fucking fail. But it seems here you're on the opposite school. You're like, fuck it, start everything and see what takes off. So how do you find that balance between putting in enough energy so something really works and fucking starting on all these other things? What do you think?
The biggest key for us, what we've done, is just outsource. I mean, as much as possible. As soon as we get something that we want, we try and delegate it to somebody more responsible and more educated, more expert than us, so it gets the best attention.
Yeah, and every project's going to go the same way. It's going to have the same things you're going to commonly outsource. So as long as you have the system for it, just falls into place.
Right. So you guys recommend any particular? They got so many sites now. They got Odesk. They got Fiverr, all that shit.
It's not even about that. It's like what Mike's saying. I mean, if you want to just whatever site you use, whether it's Odesk or Freelancer, or I mean, I'll sometimes recommend somebody that you can meet. Especially if you're starting out, because then you can kind of negotiate and figure out stuff what you want. But whatever it is, just you have to have a few go-to people for either website, online marketing, and all your YouTube stuff. If you're going to be doing, like, I'm just using that as an example for business, right? You want to have those go-to people, and you want to know, can they take on at least 10 jobs each? If they can, and let's say each job takes 2 weeks to complete, then you can take on like 10 jobs a day or 10 jobs a week or something like that, or whatever, and you can just start really multiplying that way. So the key is just having enough people enough good people, they can't be sucky, enough good people to give all that work to and, free up your time. As soon as I get responsibility, I delegate to somebody better.
That makes total sense. And a lot of the top fucking CEOs in big companies have said exactly that. It's just like you want to be surrounded by people that are better than you at shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
Just the guy behind the,
Yeah, I mean it's terrible. If you're the smartest one around you, then you're fucked because I want to be around people who are better than me, or you always want to reach towards somebody a lot better, right? So when you want to learn sales, you go to somebody you admire for sales and try to become as good as them until you develop your own style of sales and become your own badass. Right. You want to do pickup, you go follow Sasha Day Game, become as good as Sasha, and then you just go ahead and you develop your own style because of Sasha, and so forth. You just gotta fucking dive in head first.
That's a great model as well to actually, you know, sort of mimic someone, model someone else, and take what works from them.
Yeah.
And then so that you get a fucking idea as to how it works, and then eventually you get your own patterns. You notice things yourself, and then you become kind of a better version of you, which is fucking awesome. And that's a great answer for people who are like, well, I don't know if social stuff's going to work for me. Yeah. Well, some of it's going to work. Coming up to girls and having a good time and saying hi and trying to get their number, that's going to work. You can do it your own way. You can figure out your own shit, but take the shit that works and run with it.
Yeah, exactly. You just got to do it. I mean, it's not even as much as what you say is just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the stuff I do, even my videos and a lot of stuff, it's not even very good. I don't consider a lot of the shit I do great. The only thing I do great is giving it to people who are really good. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can surround yourself by people, success loves success. So if you can literally surround yourself with people who are not going to come and complain about their, 9-to-5 jobs, which is why I find entrepreneurs have the loneliest life ever, because we all think crazy. We're fucking radical. We were the kids who didn't really conform in school. You know what I'm saying? So you're always going to have that clash. And if you have somebody who's coming and saying, oh, this thing happened at work, or this is it, it's not the same level. They're not operating at the maximum level of that pyramid. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that success loves success. You got to fucking go mimic the people who are already doing it and go towards that.
Nice. All right. Well, I guess one good thing to wrap up on, I guess, would be hustling mistakes, things that people do that fuck shit up, or you end up losing your whole fucking empire. You know, because I know I've made a few fucking mistakes. I'll start with one. For me, I think trusting people too quickly, not getting to know people and giving, just trusting. Then you got to get to know people, work with people who you can build a relationship with, because some people are really short-sighted. So even though with me, the way I look at businesses, you help someone make money and work with them. The more money they make, the more money you make. Everybody fucking wins. It's awesome. Yep. Other people are like, I could steal this $5,000 and fuck off, and I'm like, you're an idiot. Shit. Yeah, people have fucked me over where they would have made so much money long term, and they just took the easy money. It's retarded.
Yeah. That's so key, and that's the biggest thing, because there's so many people who that's the reason why they fail. They think of it as like a one-time transaction instead of building a fucking relationship. Even if you have 1,000 people who you're fucking doing business with. Just like fucking
PUAs with chicks. They're just trying to bang one chick. But if they try to actually develop that relationship, get to know her, God, you could be banging her for God knows how long.
Exactly.
Years. You could have a fuck buddy for years instead of like she knows, this guy's just trying to hook
and she'd be cool with you talking to other people.
Yeah.
And she'd be cool with it. You wouldn't even have to, you just have to be direct. That's really
There's so many fucking business PUA similarities. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's absolutely key. So, I mean, the biggest mistake that I've seen is kind of like what you said with the trust thing, but it's also building, if you stay in a hustle mentality and you're only hustling for one transaction, then you're just going to hustle till you're fucking dead. You want to start thinking, especially if you're young. I'm only 27, so I consider myself still young. Mike's 23. So, I mean, I think when you're starting off like that and you're planning, like, I want to retire by the time I'm 35, I don't want to do shit. So, if we can start paying our bills, and our bills being different savings accounts, then, you just got to... How do you even put this? Just fucking think in advance, man. You're not hustling for one transaction. You're hustling for your life. Are you going to hustle for fucking 60 years or 40 years? Or do you just want to hustle really, really hard for a few years and build a whole lifelong of income, That's what you got to... And just now and then 10 times that shit.
Yep. I mean, that's for me the biggest
You can do that with 4 websites. Now do that shit with like 40.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest mistake for me is probably not taking massive actions on projects, or even with girls, sitting at the bar, walking in the park and seeing a hot girl, but not taking action to go, say hi to her. If you don't do that,
most girls get married. Most girls, I think, get married just because the guy asked, not because they want to get married. Straight up, most girls, I have seen women be in long relationships, break up with the guy, be in a relationship for 1 year, the guy say, "I love you, please marry me." Boom, they're married.
That's fucked up.
They just want to be asked. And it's the same thing. It's like most guys are bitches. They won't approach. So when you approach, you're automatically like, oh shit, well, he's got some kind of balls. This is already a step up. You know what I'm saying? So you just take fucking action. Most people don't ask. I ask for discounts all the time because most people say yes.
Discounts on marriage?
On everything.
On those Ukrainian
Hey,
I know. I see your price here. I see your price. Ukrainian lady.
I saw this shit in one of these countries. I don't want to offend anybody, but they have this wife nabbing thing where you can literally go ahead and kidnap women. Shit. It freaked me out, and I'm like, I like your wife. I take her.
Yeah, not North America. That was in
No, not in North America.
What was that country? I saw
Kazakh.
Yeah, where I saw it was on Vice, wasn't it?
It's someplace I'm not sure if I'll visit. Actually.
It's like
maybe it would be
they do
okay
it like
for mine.
traditionally, and the other family sort of knows you're doing it.
Yeah, the other family will know, but sometimes the
girl
daughter,
doesn't know.
Yeah, sometimes she knows and sometimes she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna kidnap her, and it's all like this awesome celebration. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That's one way to pick up women. Not in North
I do
America.
it for fun. Like I'll just pick up chicks on the street and just run off with them, and they freak out. It's really funny.
Yeah, but that's not like throwing a bag over their head, throwing them in a Jeep.
That's different.
I capture you with like 5 of my buddies.
So actually, that'd be a really fun YouTube video to make.
That would
Holy shit. You get in real trouble for that shit.
That would be great. Well, maybe if you just dump like a big ice cream cone like it's a joke and go smiling, boop, and then pick them up and say, I'm going to take you to the ice cream house.
I guess if it wasn't, it was more playful.
Yeah, it's got to be fun. I don't know. I won't do it. I'll film you doing it, though.
That'll be some funny shit. So any final words for dudes out there who want to fucking get out there and start making some money and hustling?
Shit, just take action. If you don't take action, you're not going to do anything. I mean, were you prepared yesterday? I mean, really, you just got to ask yourself that. If you want to, were you prepared yesterday for whatever you encountered today? If you weren't and you're just reacting to shit and you weren't being proactive in creating your life and just reacting to all the problems that came to you, then you're just going to stay like that forever. So just take action. Ask the girl out or ask for the sale. You just got to close. There's no...
I think honestly, we all have moments of like inspiration, right? We're sitting there and like you usually high during yours. But,
Mike.
he's not that anyone in this room is high right now, but I'm actually not, amazingly. But we all get these moments, and I think really, like, I don't know if you guys are spiritual or not, but I believe in there's a supreme energy, and it actually fuels us all, and I think that's kind of God coming down and just putting ideas into our heads.
Yeah.
And I think we're all susceptible. We all get those fucking moments of inspiration, and instead of ignoring it, just going, "That's some crazy idea." Take that fucking idea and run with it, man. While you're still alive.
Yeah, because you know what, that idea wasn't dropped on just you.
You're gonna be in the fucking ground, and even though I believe we all continue living, you only get so much time in this adventure right here.
Yeah.
So fucking do it, man. What do you got to lose? All you got to lose is like or even if you fail horribly, you'll have a great story about how you fucking hustle and you fucking.
And you got a reference point.
Yeah,
you got an experience.
And one of the keys, I've said this in another podcast before, but if you're understanding what the words that I'm saying, you're probably in some Western ass country. Your worst case scenario is you lose all your money, you stay on a buddy's couch for a few weeks. So what? You're not gonna fucking starve to death.
Exactly.
You're not gonna. No one's gonna come back and then shoot you in the pop you in the back of the head because you failed your business.
It's like going ahead and buying a boot camp, and some people have. It's like you say, oh, I don't want to pay like $4,000 for a boot camp. But what are you paying for? Are you paying to change your fucking life, or are you paying to stay in the same place? You have to really analyze what the root of the problem is. Most of the problem is not a financial thing. It's not a physical thing. It's in you. And what you want to do is get to the best you can be in a very short amount of time, because you're only on planet Earth for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So you got to figure that shit out fast. And if you don't, you're going to be 35, 45, 65 fucking figuring it out saying, damn, I don't know what I love. I don't know what I want to do with my life. I'm still here. I hate my marriage. I want to fucking quit my job and all that shit.
See, that's the thing about being an entrepreneur or just hustling, even if you don't even have to call yourself an entrepreneur, just fucking hustle, is that even if you don't know what your life purpose is or what you love, the fact that you can have an income source where you can take the time from being a slave, then you can figure out what you like, right? Imagine if you're bringing in 3-4 G's a month.
Yeah.
Pat, you could just fucking go on a boat. You could travel. You could meet people.
Yeah.
You could do arts and
On
crafts. You could do
autopilot.
whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
And then maybe it'll take you 5 years, and then you go, oh, this is what I want to do with my life. And then you can do it.
Exactly.
Instead of being like, I got to go to work.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Sometimes when you build stuff, it doesn't have to be what you love. It can just be something on the path of what you love to do. So let's say your ultimate goal is to be something amazing that makes you feel great, but you just don't know what it is exactly. But it's if I just take action in this direction. Let's say you don't know what you want to do, but you want to be in the alternative health field, and I just don't know what, though, but I just really feel passionate about this, right? Well, build a fucking website, build some subscribers, learn about it as much as you can. You can learn about everything you want on the internet.
Dude, if you read 2-3 fucking books about one topic, you're
already an expert.
You're an expert compared to 99.9% of the fucking pop. Who goes out there and reads fucking more than 3 books on one topic?
Yeah, I think, how many people, what is it, like 2 books a year, 3 books a year?
Yeah,
the average
like
American,
that.
or at least, it's
but
ridiculous.
you guys are retarded.
What are we doing?
But just on a closing note, I just want to say that in this day and age, especially if you're in America, but everywhere in the world pretty much, but especially in the States, I think, it's really important to get this shit together because I don't know if people are really paying attention to what's going on out there. I think my subscribers, kind of people who follow me, know that the Western media, it's all propaganda. It's complete bullshit. None of it is actually real. Complete bullshit. So if you actually look at real sources like RT.com or PrisonPlanet.com that actually will talk about what's really fun going on the planet, you will realize that in the States specifically, the people who are really in charge of this, they're tearing the shit out of this fucking system. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in like 60 years or some shit like that. There's way less jobs. They're destroying the middle class. And the global elites who do actually control everything and have fucking all the money, and that is what it is, whether you want to believe it or not. They just want everybody making as little money as possible. They want to shit all over, want to take over all the resources, which is what they're doing. They've been doing it for a very long time.
Right.
So you have to find a way to earn some fucking serious money on your own, because you know what? More and more jobs are being automated. 20, 30 years from now, fucking whatever you're doing can be done by a fucking computer. Seriously.
I was at fucking Chili's, and I can order through the fucking, this little computer there. I can play games there. Yeah. I'm like, all I need is I don't need a waitress. I just need a person to drop my food off. Until they build a robot.
It's like Blockbuster. Blockbuster doesn't exist. No one would have ever thought, a movie store is going to go out of business. Now they got a machine that you just walk up to, swipe.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But even if you're like a prepper, you got to be a smart prepper. I've never understood how preppers could be employees.
People outside the States, preppers are like people who are,
preppers are people who I guess are educated in what's really going on and want to take precautions before, let's say, the shit hits the fan, whatever you may believe that is, financial crisis, whatever.
Yep. And there's a big fucking one coming.
Yeah, exactly.
For anybody who's not aware, the economy's absolutely fucked. The United States cannot pay its bills. It's got like $114 billion in money that it has to spend coming up. They've got $18 trillion in fucking debt.
I think China builds software for the Pentagon, and we owe money to the China.
Dude,
there's
so much fucked up shit going on. That's why you really be careful where you take your news from. So much of it is propaganda. But yeah, so you really gotta. I think if you're smart, you'll have your own income source, and definitely, especially if you're in the States, you want to have some food and water filters in your fucking house, so you do not need to leave that motherfucker for a couple of months, because shit is going to get real in the States. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you just gotta take action in your own life. As soon as you stop saying, "Oh shit, this person, fired me from my job," that asshole, you should say, "Well, fuck it, I lost my job. How do I get more money? What am I gonna do?" As soon as you take full responsibility for every single bullshit thing that happens to your life, whether it's somebody else's fault or whatever, ultimately it hit your life. So you only have really one option. If you're either a prepper, an entrepreneur, someone who's like a fucking 1%er, you just have to overcome it and keep fucking going, right? Everyone else will just keep blaming and bullshitting, and the longer you talk about that shit, it's just gonna fucking take over the world.
That's it. And people have actually said about when they bring up all these people who really succeeded, whoever you want them to be, Mozart or fucking Bill Gates or whoever. It's not that they're geniuses. They put in so much fucking time, dude. They put in so much They put in more than 10,000 hours doing that shit, and they wouldn't quit. No. And then, of course, now he's a genius. He's not a genius. That motherfucker was a hustler. Yeah,
he's all in. He was dedicated. That's exactly what you have to be. You got to be dedicated at whatever it is you're going to do, or there's really no point to do it. If you're not going to be 100% dedicated to it, you may as well classify that as a hobby and put that in your hobbies section of time frame. You can still do it. Keep fucking around with it, but don't get your priorities mixed up. There's what you want to do, and if you want it that bad, you got to be 100% invested. Every ounce of blood in you has to be towards that. There's no plan B. There's only plan A, and that's fucking it. Everything else is a hobby, and that's how I look at shit. Yeah,
that's a good fucking mindset. All in or nothing.
Yeah, there's no plan B. Once there's a plan B, you've already accepted failure.
It's like you're in a poker tournament and you got to fucking win. When you go all in, that's it.
Yeah.
You've got to work or you're fucked.
It's ridiculous. It's like going up to a girl. She says, you go to her say hi. She's like, "Oh my god, you're really cute. Oh my god." And you still try to flirt with her. You should just be like, "Oh great, what's your number? Let's hook up later." Why don't you just fucking go for it instead of just bullshitting? Be all in, dedicated.
Balls in.
Balls in. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking. I think that's beautiful. That's a fucking solid fucking hustling podcast. I think there's gonna be Hustle Podcast Part 1 because I meet a lot of hustlers. I think we're gonna keep fucking cranking these books.
Keep those bitches out. You should do a video a day.
But that's awesome. So, anything you want to plug? Any of your businesses?
Hell yeah! Anybody who wants to start their businesses, whatever it is, you're gonna get the Sasha hookup. You'll get a free website. You can go to our website moneymindmarketing.com and check that out. So, you want a free website, you're Sasha's boy or girl, then hit us up. You get a free website, moneymindmarketing.com.
Dude, that's fucking legit. Yeah. All right, high fives. Great having you guys on the show, and we'll see you next time.
Cool.
All right,
laters.
Peace.
Stay tuned.